Elon Musk is not a conventional CEO, and he doesn't run Tesla in a conventional way. In a previous video, I mentioned that Tesla doesn't advertise in a world where competitors spend billions of dollars on commercials. Tesla also doesn't have a public relations team in North America,
which is unheard of for a major corporation.
It means Tesla no longer reaches out to or even responds to the media, which is why in a lot of articles you read about Tesla, you'll see something like this. Tesla didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Usually corporations have a PR team to send positive news out to the media or to respond to their questions. When things go wrong, leaders depend on their PR professionals to spin the message to mitigate any damage. But at Tesla, that hasn't really been the case since 2019. Keely Sulprizio was the last person to officially be in charge of global PR and communications at Tesla. She left the automaker in December 2019 to join Impossible Foods. Nearly every other member of Tesla's PR team reportedly left or moved to another position within the company.
Tesla does have a small presence in Europe, but not a global public relations department. The big question is, why?
CEO Elon Musk has said some pretty harsh things to say about the press. He believes they treat Tesla unfairly, and once tweeted, "The holier-than-thou hypocrisy of big media companies who lay claim to the truth, but publish only enough to sugarcoat the lie, is why the public no longer respects them." For example, he called out the media for their coverage of a Tesla collision in autopilot mode that made headlines around the world. He responded by saying, "It's super messed up that a Tesla crash resulting in a broken ankle is front-page news." In his view, what was actually amazing was that the Model S hit a fire truck at 60 miles an hour and the driver only broke an ankle. He was also frustrated at media coverage of the much-hyped Battery Day event in September 2020, where Tesla unveiled it will manufacture its own tabless batteries to improve range and power, making a $25,000 car possible in the future. Several outlets pointed out there was disappointment over a lack of an actual battery. Here's what Musk said when he appeared on Kara Swisher's podcast, Sway.
The press coverage of this event was sad.
Okay, tell me why.
Most of the press takeaway was
no battery.
A sad reflection of their understanding, really.
However, at the same time, journalists were reportedly not allowed at the event and weren't able to ask questions. They had to watch it remotely via Tesla's live stream along with everyone else. The way Musk sees it, there was negative coverage of Tesla because journalists are under constant pressure to get maximum clicks and earn advertising dollars. He even suggested big oil is behind the negative coverage, since they are among the world's biggest advertisers. He's flirted with the idea of creating a website where people can rate the credibility of journalists and their news outlets, which he thought about calling Pravda, the Russian word for truth. Nothing came of that. Since dissolving the PR department, Musk serves as the PR department. Much of his communication comes in the form of tweets to his 58.5 million followers, where he responds to fans, posts news about his company, and many memes these days, it seems. He hasn't embraced all social media, deleting the Facebook pages of both Tesla and SpaceX a few years ago and calling the social media platform lame. Musk does do the occasional interview with the media. He hasn't completely cut them off, but some argue he really should get a team behind him. Forbes made a pros and cons list, which, among other things, pointed out a communications wing could prevent Musk from saying things that hurt the brand. Besides the pot smoking on Joe Rogan's podcast, or his tweet about considering taking Tesla private at $4.20 a share that got him into trouble with the SEC, Musk has bragged that Tesla cars would be able to drive themselves anywhere, under any conditions, by the end of 2021. In fact, he's said for years that Tesla is on the verge of level 5 autonomy, in which no human interaction is needed whatsoever. However, a public record obtained by the transparency advocacy group Plainsight earlier this year found that wasn't the case. This memo from the California Department of Motor Vehicles notes Elon's tweet does not match engineering reality, per CJ. That's CJ Moore, director of autopilot software at Tesla, who had a conversation with the department in March. The memo went on to explain that Tesla indicated that Elon is extrapolating on the rates of improvement when speaking about level 5 capabilities, but notes at the time of the meeting, Tesla was at level 2. Musk is known for his optimism, or as others might suggest, his tendency to exaggerate. But none of this appears to be hurting sales. Tesla is selling cars as fast as they make them. In the second quarter of 2021, it produced over 206,000 Model 3s and Model Ys, and delivered nearly as many. The company has said it's especially encouraged by the popularity of the Model Y in China, where Tesla has been expanding rapidly. And because of that expansion, someone asked on Twitter whether a PR department may be in the cards in the future, to which Musk responded, "Other companies spend money on advertising and manipulating public opinion. Tesla focuses on the product. I trust the people." Musk will be in the history books for making electric vehicles cool, fast, and perhaps one day affordable for the masses. Regardless of whether Tesla has a PR department or not, Musk always finds a way to make the news. If you want to stay up to date on the latest news about Tesla, you can sign up for a free newsletter.
My sponsor, Morning Brew, isn't like other newsletters that could be dense and boring.
It's a short daily newsletter full of informative and relevant information about tech, business, and finance, and takes only 5 minutes to read. I recently learned about how a restaurant is using robots powered by AI to fry and grill. Again, Morning Brew is completely free and takes less than 15 seconds to subscribe. You can sign up by using the link in my description.
Doing so will also support this channel, and feel free to let your family and friends know as well. Thanks so much for watching. For Newsthink, I'm Cindy Pong.